So this video is going to be a kind of a demonstration or overview of my current summer project. A little background information. I live on a pig farm and I was tasked by my dad to build a temperature alert or monitor system for our barn. And a lot of big farmers have these sort of systems. However, the cost is usually it's based off like a monthly fee. They aren't really easy to work with, so if anything breaks or something goes wrong, you have to call in a technician, and those also cost a lot of money. But this is basically a simple, easy, and lightweight sort of system. All it is a ESP32 microcontroller. These things can be bought off Amazon. I think they cost maybe $25-$30 total, and they work really well. The basic idea of it is that this system will send alerts to your phone. So basically, if I say, "Oh, I want my temperature to be within these bounds," uh, if it falls below or above that range, it'll alert your phone, and then you can go ahead and say, "Oh, I need to check my camera," and then through that you can then Wi-Fi into the camera and then see everything that's happening in the barn. So the combination of both the camera and then the temperature system gives you almost all the information about the barn wherever you are. So I'm just going to go over briefly the core functions that are the main things that participate to the actual functioning of the device itself. I'm going to skip over a lot of just variable declarations. Here are the libraries if you're curious about how these actually get implemented. But here are our main functions here. I'll go down to the first parts. The main function of this device is the alert system, the alarm. You need it to send an alarm to your phone based on set conditions. Those conditions are defaulted right here. Min temp and max temp. The alert system will basically function as if the current temperature right here, which is defaulted to 15, if that temperature is outside of this bound here, it will flag as an alarm and it will alert your phone. That is handled through the alert function right down here. So the alert basically checks on an interval every minute. It is checking that condition right here. It's checking, oh, am I exceeding my bounds or not? If so, it turns an alert active on, and then it'll send to your phone. To prevent spam, it turns the alert active on, and then it will no longer message your phone every minute saying there's an alarm because the user is already aware of an alarm, right? So another implementation that was necessary is if it is the dead of winter in Canada, you need a system that alerts you if the temperature is getting near freezing. So the critical alert handles that by saying, okay, we've issued a alert saying, okay, your temperature is below a certain threshold. But now as it approaches zero, we're saying that we are near freezing temperatures. Ignore the fact that we've already sent a previous alert. It'll send it again to your phone saying this is more serious and needs more attention. So it'll override that. The second part of the system is the ability for the bot to process messages. This is handled through the function process messages. I wanted to be able to change settings on the go. So I want to be able to change the min temp, the max temp. I want to be able to turn off notifications, turn on notifications, and I also want to be able to monitor the temperature in the barn. You do that through this function here. This is how you communicate with the bot. The bot communicates back to you by sending messages. Well, this is how you talk to it from your phone. And I'm going to demonstrate that over on Telegram. So here we have the message window for the bot. It's empty, but if I hit start, I message the bot. /start is the default for Telegram bots. And it's how you basically get a list of your commands. As I see here, we have start, status, setmin, setmax, and then slash notif. So the main function that is the most useful is slash status. If we give it slash status, it'll return to us the current temperature. Is the alarm armed or is it triggered? Do we have notifications enabled? And then here are our bounds. So to demonstrate how the actual alarm system functions, I can go ahead here and change the minimum bound. I can change the minimum bound to being above our threshold. So if the set minimum is, say, I change it to 30, that then changes our parameters for what constitutes an alarm trigger. So if I wait around between a minute, so the maximum time I have to wait here is a minute, I have to wait for the alarm cycle to trigger. So it's going through the system, going, and then eventually it should alert me that I have an issue. And there we go. So it went through the cycle and it alerted me saying, oh, your temperature is now below the minimum threshold because I changed the threshold to be 30. If I go into now slash status, my alarm will be updated saying, oh, you have triggered the alarm. Notification turned on, and these are my new temperature bounds. And I can set it back. If I do slash set min, and I type back to 10, which is what the default should be. And then says, oh, your known temperature is now set back to 10 degrees. And then if I wait a little second more, I can do slash status. And I have reset my parameters. The alarm is now not triggered anymore. And my temperature is okay. So that's basically it for the demonstration of the project. The link to the code will be in my, well, the link to the repo will be in the description, link to my GitHub. And yeah, the system so far it's been active in this state for probably about like a week or so. I was testing it on and off for a month, trying to get it together and then trying to figure out the connection to the barn and all that stuff. But so far it's working pretty well. And yeah, basically the next step is just to keep on working on it, adding more functionality. I there's different things I could do with certain sensors that I could add, like they could detect like wind speed, the humidity in the barn, maybe the even like the chemical composition of the air, that would be like the ammonia and stuff like that. But for now, it's just a bare bones, affordable, simple, effective temperature monitor and alert system.